Good morning. I don't know about you, but I was a little disappointed last night. I had been practicing for weeks and weeks to be part of the Flamingo group when I injured my foot. So it was very disappointing. I know you guys were sorry I wasn't there as well. But what a wonderful night that was. I've gone to, I don't know, probably 500 or more conferences over the years, and this one just seems to outdo itself every single time. I'm Paula Rutledge, and I'd like to spend just a few moments with you talking about something that everyone that's a startup company or an emerging company, I think, needs to know, and that's how to choose a talent advisory firm. You know, there's a lot of recruiters that are out there, a lot of search firms, but if you're new and you're just getting started in the business, or even if you're expanding your business, I think it's important to know what questions to ask. So things I always tell folks are, when someone calls you, and you guys are getting a lot of recruiter calls, I know, is, what do you know about our industry? What do you know about my business? What relevant experience do you have? What conferences are you going to? Tell me who my competitors are. What's your process for looking at candidates? What is your guarantee if things don't work out? And I think these are the questions that a lot of veterans know to ask, but it's something that I think candidates need to be aware of, because if a search firm is representing your company, then you need to make sure that they're putting on the best face. And the other thing that I think is interesting is, do they have accolades? Do they have, do they know people in real life? It's expensive to travel to conferences. We go to about 20 a year, and you know what? I see the same faces at these conferences. So, kind of in closing, as you're talking about search firms, talk to the ones that are going to the conferences that you're going to. And that would include, I see Joe and Holly at just about every meeting I go to. Holly and I always have a glass of wine and talk about starting another business, because she's just so much fun. Kavanaugh Health, I just met them here. I know that they're Europe-based. Roger Brooks, I see him at a lot of conferences, and of course my firm. So I think the bottom line is, choose a firm that you know and choose a firm that knows you, and the ones that are here are a good place to start. I'd like to spend the rest of my time talking about not my business, not your business, but something that could affect each and every one of us. Many of you know that I wear hats in honor of my mom. My mom had 600 hats at one point, pared down to 300 when she moved into assisted living, and I inherited all of her hats. And I started out doing it for a year just as an homage to her, because she was the best. And now it's become my shtick. So Mom, thanks for the good marketing gimmick. But Alzheimer's affects all of us. In one way or the other. I've quit asking people to raise their hand if they know someone who's been affected by dementia, because we all have. And in fact, 55 million people globally are affected. 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 will be affected by dementia, either directly or through a family member. It's the thing that outside of cancer is the thing that we fear the most. And yet there's, early detection is something that can really, really change the world. In fact, I'm going on our local affiliate, our television station, Orlando. I'm going to be tested live. I don't think I have Alzheimer's, but I have the predisposition from my mom. And I'm not afraid of Alzheimer's like I used to be. So again, I'm going to speak to each of you personally, because it's something that, it really does affect us. But early detection is the key. And in fact, one of the LSI family of companies, Airamed, spelled A-I-R-A Med, just received FDA clearance last week for a process, an AI process, a software that can detect Alzheimer's or any dementia in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So you think about the time between you're tested and the time that you get the results. Man, 3 minutes. It's using a standard MRI. It can even do a post-processed MRI. So if you had an MRI a year ago for something else, they can put it through their software system. It's available here in Europe, has been for a while. But Tobias Lindig, who is Dr. Lindig, who is the founder and CEO, gave a wonderful presentation. There are other companies, a lot of LSI companies that are working in this space right now. And again, I'm a member of the board of directors of Alzheimer's Association in Florida. And the treatments are coming so far. You've seen all the drug treatments in the word MAB, so lecanemab, and all the ones that are coming out now. So I would encourage you, if you are concerned about or have an interest, or contact me. I've got a ton of information. Cognito Therapeutics, Curve, Synaptica was here today. And finally, I'm here for the last reason. That's to raise money for Alzheimer's. You guys have seen my brochures that we've been putting, and I would encourage you, there's a big folder in here that tells all about this luxury African safari. So if you would, there's a QR code. I'll take cash. I'll take any type of currency you've got. I'll even take an IOU. So I would encourage you to donate to the cause. And let's get a world without Alzheimer's or dementia. So I'd like to introduce our first speaker. Come on up, Declan.